It's 1985, and Romero comes at us with the third entry in his Dead series. We go from night to dawn to day. What's going on, people? Alex Thorn here, and I'm just a rock and roller who likes to watch movies while wearing a bandana. And today we are going to take a look at 1985's Day of the Dead. But before we get into that, I want to ask you, if you like this review, check out the videos on the channel. Please hit the like, subscribe, and let's talk about it down below. But with all that being said, let's talk about 1985's Day of the Dead. Trapped in a missile silo, a small team of scientists, civilians, and trigger-happy soldiers battle desperately to ensure the survival of the human race. But tension inside the base is reaching breaking point, and the zombies are gathering outside. The way this movie starts is just so different looking than I ever expected. Let me just bring you up to speed. I have seen the original Night of the Living Dead black and white version, but strongly prefer the remake from 1990. And Dawn of the Dead I've never seen, and this was my very first viewing of Day of the Dead. And I'm grateful for the person who asked me to watch it and sat down and watched it with me, because I wasn't paying attention to things that I probably would have paid attention to if I was solo. And seeing her love for this movie made me look at it in a different light. So right away, what stuck out to me was Florida and the wild ass visual of not only a zombie coming out of the bank, but a crocodile, I believe, as well. That mofo was big. While I streamed it on Pluto TV, it looked absolutely incredible on my OLED for 1985 movies. Every single color popped. And I'm really surprised, because I never thought that this movie would be this cool and have such an amazing soundtrack at the same time. As for characters, everybody is yelling. You can tell that we are at the very tail end of humanity with the characters here. But more importantly than that, there is somebody who has faith in what to do next. And that's Logan, who they refer to as Dr. Frankenstein. He's a scientist in this movie, and he has captured one of the zombies, Bub. And he wants to, since we can't beat them, we might as well try to control them and basically domesticate Bub. And Bub is the poster boy for everything Day of the Dead. He is on the VHS cover, he is on the poster, he is on the advertisements for this movie. And because I saw Bub when I was a kid on that poster and on that VHS cover, I was never too interested in this movie. I thought he looked a little blah compared to the other 1985 zombie movie that came out, Return of the Living Dead, with the Tarman. But outside of that, here's the thing. I recently watched another older movie from 1981, My Bloody Valentine, and that movie really showed its age. This film, Day of the Dead, I don't really think it shows its age. Like, I enjoyed the movie and the effects and the quirkiness of the soundtrack that was synthwave for the time. So I think it's time to find out if Day of the Dead still holds up. As for effects, I'm going to give this movie 4 bandanas out of 5. It is top notch. Of course, it would get better as time goes on, but I mean, for 1985, this is right there. As for acting, I'm going to give it about a 3 out of 5. It is just enough to make the movie work. And as for story, I'm going to give it 4 bandanas out of 5. I think it delivers home that we are at the end of human civilization and the zombies just run everything. And to answer the all-important question of does Day of the Dead hold up, I'm gonna say yes. Yes, it does. And I don't know if I would have felt that way if I didn't watch it with the person who recommended it to me. I don't know if I would have felt that way if I would have watched it on anything but an OLED TV, but I did. And this is how I feel about it, which is it definitely holds up. Now, I read some reviews online and I heard that Dawn of the Dead in the mall is even better than this film. And I can't wait to watch that. So let me know down below how you feel about Day of the Dead. Are you old enough to tell me that you went and saw it in theaters? Did you watch it first on VHS, DVD, on TV, on cable? You know, even that's starting to go to the wayside now. So let's talk about Day of the Dead, and let's talk about, is it better, worse than Dawn of the Dead down below. But if you want to read, yes, read reviews and become a critic of the written word yourself and review the movies you love and dislike, you've got to check out Letterboxd. And if you don't know about Letterboxd, Letterboxd is a social media site for movie lovers. And if you love my reviews and other reviewers here on YouTube, I'm pretty sure they have a profile on Letterboxd. This is video, that's the written word, and you can interact with it and you can see a log of all of the films that we have reviewed and all of the films that you have reviewed once you create your profile on Letterboxd. There's tons of exclusive opportunities for sneak previews and early showings through them. So I'll catch you on Letterboxd. And if you want more exclusive content, early access to videos, and your own membership card, you got to join this channel's memberships. That's right. Thorn Theater has real deal membership laminated cards for all of you Thornaholics out there and horror lovers. Not only that, but you get to request your own reviews. Let's say there's something out there you're really dying for me to review, but the masses may not want it, or it's not something that's gonna move the numbers. Guess what? You pay. You control the narrative. You get early access to videos, live only chats, as well as exclusive watch-alongs just for members right here on this channel. If you don't feel like committing to that, you can always leave me a super chat, super thanks, or buy me a coffee. Buy me a coffee right now is a way that you can support somebody like me for making videos just for you guys, doing what we love to do. But guess what? If you buy me a coffee, at least you're fueling the journey. And right now, Buy Me a Coffee has an update to where when you leave your note of why you have gifted me coffee, I can respond back to you in video form. Govee not only does these cool lights behind me, not only does strip lights, outside lights, car lights. Yeah, I've got those too. But they also do home products such as air purifiers, humidifiers, and even smart kettles. And I've got all of it. So start your smart home journey with Govee and use my 10% off code below that'll work on top of the sales page that you're already landing on. Guys, I'm Alex Thorn, and I want to thank you so much for allowing me to do this for you and discover new movies all the time. I'm Alex Thorn, and you know what I got to do. I got to rock out, watch some movies, and review them for you.